Hi everyone, welcome to the second week of this 1 month graphic design course. In this video, we are going to learn how you can use the Photoshop app as a graphic designer. Without much ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. So first, open your Photoshop, just go to the start menu, then mostly to appear here if you recently installed it, or just type Adobe Photoshop and to appear. So double click. Then wait for it to open. Adobe Photoshop can be used in graphic designing such as flyers, posters. It can also be used for photo editing, and it can be used for creation of your own artwork as well, such as creation of vectors. We can talk about vectors as well, but for now, you focus on how to use the Photoshop software as a graphic designer. So this is what you see whenever you open the app freshly. So to create a new file, you click on the new file here. Then we name the sheet. Let's say I'll name my tutorial. So just highlight everything. Then I'll type tutorial. Okay. Then here you edit the size. I like the square. You can choose your unit of measurement. Okay, but if you choose too large sizes, it will make your machine run slow. So for instance, I would like to work with pixels. For that, I'm able to track the sizes. So for instance, normally for most of my designs I use 790 by 790 pixels. Let me see that in centimeters. That is 6.69, 6.69. Okay, and that is way smaller than what they gave me earlier. Sometimes the bigger the size, the smaller. Sometimes the bigger the size, the slower the app runs. Okay, and let me chip in this. If someone asks you to design a flyer that looks very big, like those billboards by the roadside, let's say 20 feet by 20 feet, the best thing you can do is to scale it down. Let's say I'm doing 20 feet by 20 feet. I'll divide that, let's say, by 20 and do it 1 feet by 1 feet. We don't have feet here, but to get it is in feet. That's what I'll do. Or you have to convert to the common measurement here. But let's say it's feet. So I'll divide it by 20, then it will be 1 feet by 1 feet. When I'm done with the design, then I will change the size of the flyer back to the 20 by 20. Then I can export it and print it. Now that makes sense. Now let's continue. So say portraits, so it says orientation, portraits or landscape. We are dealing with a portrait and the square, so it doesn't matter. Resolution. Otherwise, you always keep it at 300. That maintains the quality of your work. So always I advise you keep your resolution at 300. Read more about how resolution affects your work. So RGB color, you maintain this one. Later talk about colors. Then continue white. Your background is white. It's okay. Always leave it there, and we are done. So from there, you left click on create. Then your sheet opens. So this is the first layer. In Photoshop, we work in layers, meaning that one layer comes and another one follows. That's how it works. After this comes, you unlock the background. So click on the small padlock here. Just left click on it. Then to release the layer. As I said, we work in layers here. For the interface, okay, this is the menu bar. The top line here is the menu bar where the file edit image or menu bar, and that's options. You explore all those areas. Then followed by the option bar. So this is an option bar. Then you have the tool bar here. These tools are very key when it comes to design, and I'll take you through some of them that you will need in. The rest will not be relevant now, but I want to mention the names. Okay. So for example, when you go to the file, you have new. This is where you create new documents. Like the way Microsoft Word also operates. So open a file, open as, close, copy, save as, and all that. For instance, if you want to save a document, mostly you go by save a copy. You come there later on. Then edit to this one is also edit the document. Then image also has its own functions. Okay. So for now, I focus on this. So this is a move tool. Move tool is a tool that you can use to move anything on the surface. Let's say, for instance, let me create an image. This is a shape tool or a rectangle tool that you can use to create shapes. For instance, let's say if I want to create a shape right now, I will just click on it, then I'll go and draw. But you can have more options by right clicking. But I can have more options by right clicking on it. So let's say if I right click on it right now, it will give me options like rectangle, ellipse, triangle, polygon, line, and custom shapes. So let's see if I'm drawing a rectangle, I'll choose rectangle here. Then I'll come to the sheet here, then left click, then drag. Like give me a black color. Now this is how the move tool works. So I'll go back and click on the move tool. Whenever you want to use a tool, always go back and click on it. When it is clicked on, it will appear dark. So I'll click on the move tool. Then I come and click on the image here. So see here, I can move the image around. Ideally, the screen to show you that you are actually dealing with this image, but because there's something off, that's why it's not showing. So this is what you do. You go back up here and see this button here, show transform controls. You click on the small box here to show what is selected. Remember, when this is off, it doesn't show it. So on, it shows it. So yeah, so this is a move tool. You can use it to hold and drag things around. So this is the move tool. So under move tool, you have another option. Let's say if I right click right now, there's an option called the art board. This one is used to create several sheets, but for now, let's not touch it because it will take us to a different area. And I'll take you through that when we are done with the basics. And this is a rectangular marquee tool. This is mostly used in selecting stuff on the screen. Let's say if I tap on it right now, I can use it to highlight areas. Later, we will get to appreciate what it does mostly. Okay, so this is the lasso tool. The lasso tool is also used in selecting stuff. Let's see if I tap on the lasso tool, I can use to draw around and select something on the screen. Do you get it? Yes. And we're down to you get to appreciate is when we start dealing with images. So now I didn't show you that. So let's say if I do it again and I highlight something. In order to remove these dotted lines, I'll hold Ctrl plus D to take it off. And with that, I know this image, this square is selected. So what I'll do is that I'll go back to move to, then it's done. You have more options here. The difference between this one, the lasso tool, and the rectangular marquee tool is that this is geometric. For example, you have the square, circle, and those flat shapes. But this will give you an option to draw at your own style. Then you have another tool right here, which is the object selection tool, also used in dealing with images. And this is the crop tool that you can use to crop your work. Let's say if I want to crop this whole sheet, I'll just click on it, then it will bring this whole shape. So I can drag the corner of this and click on and press enter on my keyboard and to make the whole sheet small. So this can crop your whole sheet to a different size. But let's undo that. So to undo, you hold Ctrl plus Z to undo. That's how you undo. To redo, you hold Ctrl Shift plus Z to redo. Ctrl Shift plus Z. For undo is Ctrl Shift plus Z. So let's undo again. Yes. So see, whenever I use any tool, I still go back to the move tool here because it's standard. So let's go to the next one. This is the frame tool mostly used on images to select images. You delve into that later on. You also have the eyedropper tool that you can use to select colors. Let's say if you want to select a color from here to use, I just click on it like this. Then I'll come here and select a color. I don't know if you notice something change here. You see the two squares here. They guide you on the active color that you're currently using. Look at this. Let's say if I tap on this and go and click on the white layer here, it changes the color. So in case I'm working with an image and I want to use the same colors in the image, I just use the eyedropper tool here to select the color and use it throughout. Then you have the spot healing brush tool as well. So as you can see, it can be used to remove some spots or parts of images. As you can see, as demonstrated in the video over here, the indicator is showing objects being removed from the background, and that's what it's used for. You also have the brush tool. This one is very relevant, so I'll take you through this one too. So brush tool can be used to draw shapes. Let me highlight it. So I'll just click on it. Then I'll come back here. You see the mouse is showing some cross sign. Something is not okay. Meaning that you can't draw on the rectangle here. So you do select the layer back here. When you select the layer here, then it turns to plus. Now, ideally, it shouldn't show plus. It should show a round circle. And this is because our caps lock is on. So if yours is on, just turn it off, then we change. You see the small dots at the middle of the plus. Now I can increase the size of the brush. To increase that, kindly hold the bracket key on your press the bracket key on your keyboard. So I'll press it several times. You can long press it and become very large. You see, let me minimize mine by using the left bracket key. The right is for the increasing on the size of the brush. So now it is increased. Now if I draw anything, it will come. It's there, but I can't see because the color over here is white. So what I'll do is that I'll double click on the color over here, then choose a different color. This is the color picker. So here you can choose several colors. Let's say we can shift this bar up to get different shades of the colors. That makes sense. Or you can type the color code over here. If you want it in grid form, you can click here, only web colors. Then here I can use this style, so I can go up and get different shades. Always use the mouse to select, or just turn off this one, only web colors, to get it smooth like this. The other options like the H, S, they give you different styles of the color modes. This one shows you to add more white to the color to diffuse it, but normally I always go with the H. Then I'll select from here. Let's say I want to use purple, for instance. I'll choose purple. Okay, then I'll start drawing You see that's appearing. Yes, so this is what people use to draw stuff on the sheet. Now let's undo. So Control plus Z, Z, Z. Or you can use the eraser tool. This is the eraser tool that I can use to erase. So let's see, let's go and draw back again. So let's select the brush tool. I'll draw, then I'm going to select the eraser tool, then come in erase. You see, it's appearing as a small plus. So always use the right bracket key to increase the size. So I'll increase it a bit, and I'll clean it. Now this is what is happening. It's cleaning the whole sheet for me. That's bad. It's because what I was drawing with the brush was not a layer. As I said, we work in layers. So instead of cleaning the brush, it's like cleaning the whole layer because the brush doesn't have a layer. I don't know that. So let me just go to Control plus Z, 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 Z. And I want to do, and I want to do again. Yes, so let's go back to what we are doing. But in case you want to delete, let's say this rectangle, just hold this, then go to the eraser to then you try erasing. Now you see, it doesn't show me the brush, it shows me this error sign. This is because for vector images, like those that you create by using the tool here, circle, you can't use the eraser tool on it. These are some don'ts in using this software. But for the raster images, which I'll show you, you can use on it. Raster images are actually images that are taken from outside the software. Let's say a picture, a screenshot, or from wherever. Those are raster images, not generated by the actual system. The actual system uses mathematics formulas to generate these shapes for you. Whenever you import any other shape and bring it inside, it's called the raster images, and they are pixels. Now let's go back. Let's go to the gradient tool. So here you can use to grade. You can use to apply gradient. For instance, if I want to apply a different color to this, I'll go back and select this. Remember, I told you that you work with layers over here. That's why I have to go and select the layer 0. The reason why the rectangle is up this is because it's right on top, and it was created after I created the background. So that's how it is. So in case I want to send the layer up, I'll just hold it and drag it and put it above, and it disappears, but it's behind. So in case I turn off the layer here, the small eye here can help you turn off or turn on the elements here. So let's say if I click on the right, if I left click on the eye here, it will take the white off. So I'll bring it back. So I'll just hold and drag and drop this at the top. Then it brings back the shape. So I'll select this one. Then I'll in order to apply this gradient tool, how I'll do that, I'll just come here, hold the mouse and drag up like this. You see, it brought in a color gradient. Gradient is basically combining more than one color. Okay, so for instance, I'm using white and purple, so that's how come it came like this. So you see, people like, and personally, I also like gradient than just one color. That's how to create a gradient in the simple terms. So let's undo. So Control plus Z. Then we have the blur tool here as well. So this one you can use to blur images. I'm not sure this will work on the work on the shape here. So let's try and see. So now to bring an image, just go to your folder. So in case your taskbar is not showing, just press on the Windows key and to come up. Then select your folder, then choose any image here. So now to bring the image in, just hold it. Left click and hold, drag and leave it on the screen. So it come like this. Then you press the enter key. Then from here you can do whatever I want to do with it. So let's say if I want to resize this image, I'll just hold the canvas here, drag it down. And when I'm done, I'll press the enter key again. Or after dragging, just click on the mark sign here and to bring the image. So now you can deal with an image right now. To use the blade tool, you just have to select the blade tool here. Then you use your mouse to brush over it. So you left click, then you brush over the image. So if I zoom in, you can see that the eye of the token is blurred. You can do that till you get your own satisfaction. This can be used in creation of depths or shallowness in images. When I talk of depth, for instance, okay, this image shows more of depth because you can see other elements in the image behind the bird. But so in case I blur the sides, it makes it look shallow. Because it's here. So this is how the blur tool is used. Now let's undo by using the Ctrl plus Z. Alright, so let's continue. You use this image later on. The next tool is the clone stamp tool. So let's click on it. Then you come here. This will help you to duplicate elements in a particular image. For instance, if I want to duplicate this token twice, what I'll do is that I'll hold Alt key. Please hold Alt key first. Then select a portion of the bird. So I'll just come to the beak here and click once on it. And I'll start painting here. So I'll click once and hold the mouse and just paint. So I'll be dragging it around, same direction. Just hold it like that and paint. Oh, I think I'm going out of the borders. So yeah, then I'll release it. Realize that as we paint, there's a plus sign moving around the first image. Let's say if I click again and hold and drag, you see that there's a plus sign on the first image at the right. And that is because it is tracking the areas that I'm copying for the second image. So this is how you can use the clone stamp tool. I will undo to revert back to the former image. So I'll do Ctrl plus Z, then everything will be cleared. The next tool is the history brush tool. This is also used in image formatting. Then you have the eraser tool, as I spoke about earlier. The ingredients, then go to the dodge. It's also used in photo editing. You're not focusing on that. Then pen tool. The pen tool is very important. Okay, so you can use this to draw shapes. For example, let's say if I want to draw a shape, I just click on the pen tool here. Then I'll click here once. Then click here, click this side, click this side, click this side. Then to give me this path, it's called path because I can either use this to draw lines, select or draw shapes, and based on whatever I select, Based on what layer I select, it will work on it. So you can see I selected the image here and it's still drawing on it, which is not proper. So what I'll do is I'll just undo and create a new layer. So to create a new layer, just click on the small plus at the bottom right over here. So yes, I use the pen tool. The pen tool to if let's say if you want to create a shape, you come here, then choose shape instead of path. Then as I said, this is a option bar, so I can choose the color of the shape I want. So let's see, I can click on it, then choose the color. So to choose the color, I'll just come here, then I'll choose the color. Let's say I want purple. Then okay. Then stroke is the outer line that goes around the shape. So I can click on it, then choose only this color if you want to. So let me choose the black again. So let me go back here. Then I'll choose black. So from here, I can draw anything. So let's say I can just click here, click here, click here, click here, click here, and it draws that. There's more into this, but this is the basic. So because you can use this to draw shapes. So let's say, let me just delete this one. So I can just press on the delete key, then I'll go and select the pen tool again, click here, then click and hold, then drag the pointer and then draw a different shape. Then I'll come and click here. The truth is, let me undo so that you see something. The line here is like a mirror, so it reflects, so it bounces back the line, the shape. So let's say if I go and click here right now, see it bounced the shape. That's how the pen tool works. Let's click on the move tool here. Let's drag this over here. Let's leave it there. So let's go and click on the text tool. So to draw, so now you can just come here, click once, you start typing. Let's see, my name is Julius. After typing, I'll click on the move tool. Okay, then now I can move the text around. To get more options, I can just go here again. Then I can change the color of the text. Let's say red, blue, whatever. Then okay. You can change the size over here by just changing the size from here. So click on the small arrow here. Then there you go. You can type it. Then the font type. Font type is basically is about the style of the writing. So I can just click on the small arrow beside the Mirror Pro here, and I have tons of fonts to choose from. So I choose a different one. Let me see. Let me choose a Van Gogh here. So yeah, so that will give me this. Then you have another two. Before you go, you can change the size of the text by just going to move to again, then drag. When done, press enter. Then we continue. You have the path selection tool here. This trivia for now. They have the shapes. This one to you click. If you right click to give you more options, so I can choose any shape at all. Then hold and drag, draw a shape. You get it. If I hold control before drawing a shape, look at what happens. Let's say control, then I'll draw. If I hold shift before drawing a shape, this is what happens. So shift then drag, it will give me a perfect circle. Look at it. But the other ones it will give me a different shape. You see, as I hold and drag, give me a different shape. So always hold shift if you want to create a perfect circle. Let's delete it with the delete key. Then from there you have the hand tool for moving things around, so you can use to move the whole sheet around. Then zoom tool here, you can use to zoom out. You see, when the lens sign shows plus and I left click, it will increase the size. When I go back here and select this option, the minus, it will start making it small. Or just by holding control key plus the minus on your keyboard or plus, it will increase or decrease the size. Now let's go to this button here. This is only used to edit the tools. So you can edit the tools. Let's say I go to, I'll right click, then go to edit. So you can change things over here. But here it's not necessary for you right now. Yeah, I said this is for the colors, to know the active color. If I go and choose a different color here, you see it's changing to the color. Yes. Then this one too, they also control the viewing, but this one I really don't touch this for now. Okay, so that is that for the toolbar. Then you come to this side. This one too, it has the colors, the swatches, they have the gradients. You have gradients, so you have basic gradient. If I click on the small arrow here, they give me different options. You see, it's coloring the image for me, because this is on top of this. So the gradients also has its own layer that you can create and color whatever you want. If I want to take it off, if I want to turn it off, just click on the small eye here and it's gone. Let's delete this layer. So right click, then look for delete layer. So delete, click on it, and yes, it's gone. Then pattern switch here, talk about that one later on. Then adjustments, libraries. Let's say if I want to increase the brightness of this image, for instance, let me go down here, select. If you just scroll with your mouse, you can scroll within the layers. You see, the layer section here is very small. So what I'll do is that I'll drag my mouse up a bit to this edge, then turn to an arrow, then I just click and drag up to bring the layers up a bit. So I can hold this. So this is what I did. I just tap on this one, this vibrance, and I increase the vibrance of the image. So I just increases a bit. You can see it's becoming vibrant. That's okay. Let's delete the layer. So just right click, then delete layer. Yes, it is still there. So just do it again, right click, delete layer. So that's that for the vibrance. You have more options there, but now you look at other ones. When we start designing, then we start using them. Then we have the layers here. Layers. So they, as spoke about earlier, they show you how these elements are arranged in relative to each other. You have text here, you have shape. If you want to work on the shape, just click on it. Okay, then let's go back here. Let's click on the move tool here. You can see that it's selected. So let's see, I can just select from here or using the layers here. So I can select directly from here. You see, but take note of this. If I turn off this auto select, I can't select anything automatically from the screen unless I come back and select using the layers. But if it is on, I can easily do it. This thing can disturb you if you don't take note of it. Sometimes you try to select things and it will be working. This is because the auto select is turned off. So these are the layers. Okay, then you go to channel. Channels too, yeah, gives you different perspective about how the image can appear. For now, we're not delve into that. And part two, we need this when we get there. So here, the effects here. This you can use to change the appearance of the images. Let's say if sorry, let me bring it back. So let's say if I click on the effects here, blending options, bevel is used to, let me show you what it does. Let's see if I click on it right now. I can make the image look like 3D. As you can see, it looks like 3D. Let's zoom in. So control plus sign. You can see it looks like 3D image. So I can turn on contour, texture. Texture is giving me I mean, remember you talk about texture in the introduction. Let's turn it off. So here, let's see if I drag the depth. It increases the intensity of the 3D effects. You get it? You can change the style. So go to inner bevel, go to emboss. See that different effects. The options there you can explore. But let me go back and show you something. So when I'm done, just click on OK, then that's it. So go back to FS again. Stroke gives you a line around the element. Let's say if I want a line around the element, I'll choose the color over here. Let's see, I'll click on the color over here. Then choose the red, let's say red. Then I can increase the size of the stroke. So I can just hold the arrow over here, then click and drag. See, it's adding the stroke. You can type the number over here easily. You see that the stroke is coming inside, not outside. As you can see, it's forming inside, not outside. So you have to form it outside. You click on the small arrow. You not form it outside. Just click on the arrow here, then go to outside. Then here you can change to outside. You can see it forms outward, not inwards. Blend mode, you can choose different darken. Now let's work with the normal for now. Then opacity, you can make it less opaque. You see it's kind of light, then that and up. Then color, as we can change the color. Let's just continue from here. If I want to turn off the bevel, that 3D effect, I'll just click on the small mark here. It's gone. Contour is gone. Stroke, I can turn it off. You see, for colors, let's say, you see you have inner shadow over here. That brings shadow to the image. Let's say if I click on inner shadow, I can't increase the size. See, it's affecting the stroke because the stroke is the one in gray. So I just click on this. So after you mark it, always click on it to activate it. So I just activate it and start pulling the bar here. This will show whether if it's opaque or not. If I want to make it big, I'll go to distance, then go to choke. Now make it thicker. But size will increase the size. You see, so I can make it choke. That will increase the intensity of the shadow. Yeah. Then you go to inner glow. This one adds glow to the image. Same effect. If you drag it, you can change the color of the glow. I see it's the inner white coming up here. That's the glow. Let me turn it off, all of them. Color overlay. Color overlay controls the color of the element. So let's say if I select right now, I can just go and click on the small box over here. Then I can choose a different color that I want to choose. You see, then okay. And that works. When I die, always click on OK. You can also select color value from here. So let's see if I click on the FS here, I'll go to color value, see, then click on it. Then brings it up. So let me turn it off for now. I'll select gradient overlay. Gradient overlay gives you more than one color, as I said earlier. So to do that, you click on this place, the white there, just click on it. Then you can select options here. Let's say basic. Basic gives you some basic colors. This combines white and red. This combines white and without any color. You need to maintain the actual color of the image and apply only red. You can choose the blues. So you click on the arrow here, choose the blues. You see it changing. Yeah, let's see if I want to choose this one. Let's see this. I can change the color of the image by double clicking on this. You see this? Double click on it. So the small box here, then you can change the color. Let's say red. Then okay, come here, double click again. Then to give you a different color, say green. Then you are good to go. Then you're done. Okay, you can change the angle of the color by dragging this, or just typing the angle here, say 50 degrees to change it. You get it? The scale, how smooth you want the color to transit. The rest is when you swap the color. It's when you swap the color position. So let's say I can swap right here. You have more to learn. You have pattern overlay. This one talks about patterns. Okay, but you know about that one later on. So the pattern I give you a pattern fill instead of color. So let's say I can choose this one. Okay, then turn on the gradient. You see the tree scheme. So let's say if I go to pattern again, I'll choose a different pattern. This a tree is coming. Let me turn it off. Now, the reason why, you see, let's say if I keep the gradient on like this and this on the pattern, the pattern does not show because the gradient is above the pattern. Same way, if I turn on the color overlay, it will shadow the gradient overlay. As I said, layers affect how things show over here. So always, if you want to apply gradient, turn the color overlay off, maintain the gradient. If you want to apply pattern, turn off the gradient. Now that makes sense. So let me turn off the pattern right now. Outer glow makes the element glow outside. So let's say if I click on outer glow and increase the size from here, you see it's making it glow. Now increase the spread to make it thick. You see, so you can control that to also make things glow. I'm sure you have seen images of things glowing and wonder how it is done. You can change the color over here, red, what I want it. Yeah. Drop shadow. This is used to drop shadow. Let me just hold this one, then go to black. Black is okay. Opacity, you can increase it or lower it. The shadow there, you can see, but let me increase this. Let me increase the size. Is there spread? It's cast a shadow. Let me go to OK, then drag this to the outside. Let me delete this. Let me move this in here. So as you can see, there's a shadow. Whenever you apply all these things, it comes under the element. So I can turn it on, off, like that. Let me bring the shadow back. So shadow is here, it's already on. Let me turn off the bevel. To go back again, just click on the drop shadow here, double click on it. Then I'll go back. Then here, let me increase this so I can see how it is. So I can increase the size, spread, opacity. I'll increase it. Then okay, you can see it appear here. So this is how you can add shadow, color overlay, gradients, bevel, stroke, and other features to the shape. Now that makes sense. Then here to you call it layer mask. Yes, the layer mask can be used to do a couple of things such as editing, deleting, editing in some way, and you use that when you start with the flyer design. Here you have other options here: gradients, pattern, curves. Let me see which one I can talk about right now. Let's say levels. See, it brings the option here. So I just put the bar here, drag it down a bit, and see it's changing the value of the colors here. So I can drag it up and down, this one too, up and down, and change the brightness or the darkness of it. Always when you use it, it brings a new layer. Now take it off, just right click and go to delete. These are trivia for now. Or let's go again, look at curves. See, it brought it up here. I can hold this, drag it. Let me open it again. Then hold here to drag it. So here controls the brightness and here to control the darkness in a way. You can play around to know it more. I don't want this video to be very long. We will teach the rest when we start with the graphic design. Yes, so let's delete it. Right click, then go to delete layer. Yes. There's also other options like the brightness, gradient, seam. Here you can add gradients to the whole work. So I can change the angle, change the color. Let me choose this one. This can be used for the background. Okay, you see it's covering the whole work. And because it's above all of them, let me take it off, delete, right click and go to delete. Same you can use when you come here and use the gradient tool. Okay. Also play around that one to get to know it better. So I go to the move tool. Then I think for now that's okay. Vibrance I've shown you when we went up here. Let's talk about exposure. Please find time to play around all these things. Exposure tool you can actually use to change the value of the image. Just play around this and get to know it better. Let me delete this one, delete. Yes. Then you look at, see, that's okay for now. Files. This is used for grouping the images. You know you can group images into one folder. As they're in layers, you can put them in folders. So now I just created a new folder here. But let me show you how it's done. Let's go to undo. I can select this, hold shift, click on that shape, then click on the folder here again, then it will create a group form. So now if I click on the small arrow here, you can see it has some shapes inside. When they're together, you can easily move them around. As it's like this, I can just go and hold and drag. You see it's moving only just the shape, not the whole group. This is because the auto select is on. I'll turn it off. Then I'll go back again, scroll up, select the group, then I can drag it around. Let me turn back the auto select. If I select the group again, I'll hold Ctrl key, then I can drag around without selecting not just one, all of them. That's how it works. So you can group the elements together in groups, turn them off and on. Then here is for the layers, creating new layers, and the bucket here is delete. So you see, it has me delete group 1. So if I want to delete group and content, I just tap on delete and that's it. Yes, so I've talked about most of the basics of the Photoshop for beginners. In this session, we need to talk about how to design the flyer. In our next video, we talk about how to design the flyer. Now we know some basic functions inside the Photoshop app, and please go through this video, even though it is long, almost an hour. Go through it. In our next video, we will delve into how to create simple flyers using the Photoshop. And I believe this video helps you to become a better Adobe Photoshop user. And please subscribe, share, and like this video. Till I see you again, stay blessed.